Girl, you the best, and she love me when I'm in it, and she never be pretending, nothing that's friend. She gon' tell you what she bought it, cause she know you can't afford it. Know you can get it, looking exquisite, no competition.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the E-Spot with Camille. I'm your host. Sorry, I'm having some technical difficulties because, there we go. Perfect. All right, so today, another fun day, Friday, and it's a fashion-forward Friday. Well, kind of ending the fashion in a very fancy way because we're going to have Charisse Mills, who is a musician. She's also an actress. She's on this new show with Ray J, actually, and I'll show you her music video before she comes on. Always. Yeah. So this is one of her songs, Can't Trust Myself. Just so you have a little bit idea. You might already know.
Maybe we're meant for each other, maybe we're not. Don't wanna stop, I'm falling for you. Can't trust myself around you. Got me feeling faded when you're around. Need to feed this addiction, let's go for rounds. You know how we get down. This love we make, it's got me so enraged. Oh, maybe I'm just like my mother, just like my dad.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi.
So excited to meet you. We're here with Charisse Mills. How's everything going where you are?
Everything is great. I'm live in Las Vegas. It's a beautiful day. It's 103 degrees out here.
And you get the nice heat. You don't have the humid heat that we have here.
Right?
Yeah, I guess you can relate since you're from Trinidad, right?
Yes. I love it hot. Most people, they're afraid of the heat in Vegas, but
Oh, I
me,
love it.
I love it. Where are you
Same.
based out of?
Well, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, but
Oh,
I used to live in LA. I lived everywhere, like pretty much everywhere. But I've never been to the Caribbean, so I'm always jealous of people who are either from the Caribbean or have gone to the Caribbean because that's one place I've never been. So
ah,
do you find that you get a lot of Caribbean influence or Trinidadian influences into your music?
I definitely do because, we're entertainers from birth,
Yeah.
We have Carnival and Soca and being it's a blessing to be able to just enjoy the arts, and our culture, it's very sing-songy, so the way we speak even is using a lot of our vocal cords, you know
Now, I was reading that you can sing in 5 different languages. I'm
six.
completely excuse me, six. What are those 6 languages? I am so impressed.
Thank you. Russian, German, English, Italian, French, Spanish.
Wow. Well, ich sprechen Sie kein Bitte Deutsch.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I used to live in Germany, but when I moved to America, they put me in ESL and said I couldn't speak anything but English if I wanted to be an American and being a dumb teenager, I listened. So, but I remember that and like to order beer, which I'm assuming I was doing that for my parents. So now, how did you get started in the music industry?
When I was in high school, I used to take music classes as just my extracurriculum. And my mom, she wanted me to be a math major, so like an accountant. So I switched my major without her knowing, in my 10th grade year. And she came to my concert, and she was like, "Oh my God, this is what you're doing," you know. And from that day, my life changed. You know, I switched my major.
Now, what made you get into opera? Because that's not, you don't see a lot of brown girls performing in opera. It's been a while. I can't even remember the lady's name. I meant to look it up, who was
Kathleen,
really famous for it. Was?
Kathleen Battle is her name.
Yes, Kathleen Battle.
That's one of my idols. I actually met her.
Oh, wow.
Show you guys something that I have in my living room. So, Kathleen Battle is one of the famous Black opera singers, and I was privy to meet her. I believe it was January, and she signed this autograph of me, and there she is.
Oh, wow.
Yes. So she's the most famous Black opera singer out
Yeah.
there. Her name is Kathleen Battle. And if you guys never heard of her, you should definitely check her out. She is
Absolutely.
amazing. She's one of those you call diva of the divas, but she
Hmm.
deserves it.
I mean, to have that vocal range, you definitely.
Oh yes, she was also a coloratura soprano like myself.
Oh, wow.
Yes, yes.
So when you met her, how did you go about meeting her? Like, what was
It
this
was
situation?
a birthday gift. A friend of mine took me and surprised me to her concert, and she was able to finagle and get me backstage to meet her. I was the only person that got to meet her from the audience because she's very, and she just embraced me. It was so amazing. Uh, Friend's publicist knew her publicist, and they worked it out.
Oh, what a great birthday gift. Now, since you brought it up, you're a Capricorn, right?
Yes.
We're a day apart. I'm January 11th.
Oh my God.
Look,
Hard
Capricorn
work.
party. Yes, very hard workers and also a little bit too much in our brains. So I'm very impressed that you went on and didn't like let your brain prevent you from pursuing your dreams. And curious, what was it? What do you feel that really empowered you to pursue such a tough business to get into? Because you're
Right.
not
Well,
just a singer, you're also an actor because you
yeah.
just couldn't take it all.
Well,
Yeah.
I was blessed to have such an amazing vocal coach. His name is Stephen Kaplan. He was my high school choir director, and whoops, he helped me get into the classical world. He was playing on his little boombox while I was in high school a song called "Poor Wandering One." It's from Pirates of Penzance, and out of nowhere, I just started singing along to it, and I'm just like, I love this. And he's like, "Oh my God, can you do that again? You sang that perfect." I'm like, huh? Mind you, it's one of the hardest coloratura pieces to sing.
Oh, wow.
Like, how'd you do that? I'm like, I just did it. He's like, I need to introduce you to somebody. And that day, he took me to do a voice lesson with an Armenian classical singer. Her name was Anita Darian. She's not with us today, but she was about in her 70s when I met her. And she wasn't taking on any more students. And out of nowhere, she said, I want to train you. Her accent. And I was like, me? Oh my God. And, my life changed. My life changed. She taught me about principles because I'm like, oh my God, my mom's a single parent. There's no way she's going to pay for this,
Right.
you know, yet alone, I can't even tell her I'm doing music right now. She's like,
Mhm.
will give me $1. She charged me $1. Like, you have to pay for your what you need, what you want in life. So
Right.
taught me that. My choir director took me to my voice lessons because I was like, how am I getting here? Because it was all the way in Long Beach, Long Island. And then he put me on the Long Island Railroad back to Queens. So my mom thought I was doing my PAL classes, after school program. Mind you, I was doing voice lessons, and she didn't even know.
That's hilarious. So, like, when she found out, was she supportive when you decided to make a career out
Yeah,
of it, or I
supportive.
just felt she was.
She was. I invited her to my concert because I was raising money for college, and she didn't know I was applying to music schools. and I took her to my first concert. It was in the Brooklyn Cathedral off of Church Avenue and Eastern Parkway, I believe. And no, Eastern Parkway. And she was crying. The whole first song, she was in tears.
And
And
I
from
think, yeah.
that moment, she was gung ho. Okay, we're doing this opera thing.
Oh, fantastic. Now, how hard was it to learn to sing in different languages?
It was definitely challenging, but we're hard workers. And I knew that I had to stand out even for my audition pieces. So my audition pieces weren't just in your regular Italian or, French. I sang a German song and I sang a Russian song. So my first two languages were German and Russian.
Okay.
Luckily, because my choir director, he spoke fluent German and he spoke fluent Russian. So it was like perfect. So my audition stood out from the most. I auditioned for Manhattan School of Music, and one of the reason why I chose that school out of the other six that I got accepted to, like Juilliard, Westminster Choir College, I chose Manhattan School of Music because of the teacher that accepted me. Her name is also Hilda Harris. She is the most famous baritone black opera singer.
Wow.
She doesn't normally accept freshmen, and she accepted me.
Wow. So that's twice that you've had teachers that normally don't accept people accept you. So you just like it seemed like everything just was aligning for
It
you
was
to,
it was destined.
yeah. Was there ever any challenges that you had to overcome?
Oh yeah. For
Okay.
one, I was not your typical classical singer where I didn't look the part. I was hanging out with the jazz players and my jazz friends, and the classical world was like the Einsteins, and and I stood out completely in school.
Yeah.
So alone, I had to work extra hard to say I belong here.
Mhm.
A lot of things I auditioned for, I got the part, and when I arrived, they changed my roles, and I was like, I worked so hard being here. I was like, you know what, I have to find a lane and a way to make it my own. So
Right.
that's how pop opera became alive. I
Okay.
mixed the two worlds together to where I looked what I sounded like.
I love that. Like you didn't, there wasn't a lane for you, so you made your own. Absolutely amazing. And when did you make that transition to Hollywood and doing everything that you're doing now as far as acting, your new TV show as well?
Thank you. Well, I moved to Hollywood about 4 years ago. I was back and forth East Coast though prior to that, So after I graduated from college, I was going back and forth, making music for movies and whatnot. Because my music is not really what you hear on the radio all the time. And my record with French Montana and Neo came about a couple years after,
Okay.
So I had to put my foot in the game by just, you know, giving my music to filmmakers and producers, and I would do samples. I would write for other artists until I got my name to a certain stature where people wanted to work with me. And I just, I love it. I work hard. I don't ask for favors, so that's why you see I'm doing this all independent.
Okay. Good for you.
And I love what I do. I do it for the passion.
Right. Now, let's go ahead and switch gears a little bit and talk about your new TV series that you're working on, Pump. How much fun was that to work on?
Gosh, it was so much fun. This is actually one of my first major supporting leading roles on TV.
Okay.
I auditioned and I got the role, and I was so excited because I've been studying acting now for about 2 years, and my mom's always the type, she would tell me, don't do anything until you're the best at it as far as your abilities. Don't just
Mhm.
jump into something and don't study and train for it. So I was studying for a while before I took my first audition, and Pump was my first major audition, and I landed it.
Oh, congratulations. That's great.
Hard
Yeah,
work does pay off.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And just, I guess, sticking with it, not giving up.
Oh, I know. The cast is amazing. Ray J is hilarious on the show. McKinley Freeman, who is a gentleman that is attracted to me and wants is trying to talk to me on the show. He is so much fun. He was in the TV show, I think, Stomp, and a couple of other major shows. Lynette Tatchell, she's amazing too. She plays the receptionist in the
She's hilarious.
show.
Yeah.
Yes, she's so hilarious. It's a great,
Yeah.
great show. I'm excited for the next 6 seasons to come.
Oh, great. 6 seasons. So it's already determined? Oh, fingers crossed. Okay, yeah. We're going to go ahead and put it down in the universe. 6 seasons. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Because I started streaming because
That for
I
me.
just found out about it. So I started streaming it today and I was just like, this is hilarious. So it's on Urban Flix TV. What?
You get to episode 4 yet?
No, well, so I'm a mom, so I had to like help my daughter with a lot of stuff today. And yeah, I only got through episode 1 so far, but
Oh,
I have
oh,
all weekend.
get to episode 4. That's when you'll see someone familiar.
Okay. Oh, okay. Because I was like, I didn't want to fast forward so I wouldn't understand
No,
what was going on, but
time, enjoy it.
yeah.
It's a really funny show. I want you to actually enjoy the whole storyline. Don't just go looking for me.
Well, I mean, I'll definitely put out the hashtags because I know it's Team Lenora to put that
Yes.
out. So if you guys watch it, make sure you tag and also write Team Lenora. I did put your Instagram already in the comments so they can just click and follow from there as well. Now, what would you like? What do you for since you are a singer, you are an actor? Is there anything else that you want to conquer or are interested in performing as well? Or
I'm doing all that I love. I'm a businesswoman too. I own a couple of boutiques online, and I plan on opening up actually a coffee shop it's in the works. So, I'm
fantastic.
the next thing I want to fulfill in life is getting married and having
Okay.
children.
Well, sounds like you definitely have had that time to put your career first. And so I understand wanting to fulfill that part of you as well. Because, sometimes they make it seem like you can't have it all. And you can. You just have to compartmentalize it all.
Ab-
So,
Absolutely.
especially being a Capricorn, girl, you got it.
You know.
Oh my God, I never meet somebody that has the same birthday or even remotely close. So I'm just like, January 12th, no way. Wikipedia probably has it wrong. So then when you said you met her at for a birthday and it was in January, I was like, maybe they're right. So that's awesome. Now, was there anything like during this pandemic being stuck at home that you picked up? Any new habits, any new hobbies or anything? Or
Oh yeah, I've been writing my book. I'm
oh,
in the that. I actually had the time to sit down and do it. Hold on,
right.
my friend. Guys, keep it down. Um, I had the process of doing that, so I'm excited. Hopefully, I'll be at least 50% done before we get back on, in the swing of
Back to
things.
some things, yeah.
And
Now, what's the book about?
it's about the things that I've been through in life, being a young Black woman, learning opera, all the stories I've told you. I haven't told you all of them.
No, of course not. Save it for the book.
In the music business, how it was, starting off in the business and the things I've had to overcome, and being a woman, especially, the monogamous things about it, and just, having to represent yourself, the amount of managers and PRs I've been through, and what to do and not to do so that you can actually save yourself. Because a lot of artists don't know how much work you have to put in and what you have to watch out for. So
Yeah.
all of that's going to be in the book.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because I think it's just watching some of the movies in the past, like with the New Edition film and even with the DeBarge film, like you just see some of the seedy sides of the music industry with different managers taking advantage of their artists and artists just wanting to do it because it's their passion, like anything to perform, not realizing that people behind them are making
Oh,
millions while they're just making minimum
yeah.
wage or less. So I commend you for being independent, but also just I guess all that math skills helps with this as well, just to make sure check those percentages to make sure you're getting right. And I'm glad you're writing the book just to kind of compare everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. It is difficult doing it on your own and not having that big driving force behind you, but at the end of the day, at least you have total control of your
Yeah.
career. You have, you don't have someone saying you have to do this a certain way and it's not really a part of your integrity. Because there's
Right.
sometimes, you know, there's a lot of artists that don't want to color their hair purple and they got to act all crazy and cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs,
Okay.
you
Well,
know? You see some of them where they actually eventually change. You're like, damn, what happened to them? And that's really kill them.
right. 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 Or totally understand because before I was working at a radio station and it was mainly sports. And so I was just doing the entertainment segments of it and would bring celebrities on and interview them and so on. But they would start talking about sports stuff. I'm like, oh God, this is not for me. And so like I love now being able to choose my own guests and having that freedom. So I totally get it and just not feeling the obligations to have to go to things you're not interested in going to anymore. Like you
Right.
get to pick and choose. It's very important. Now, did you have any, like it's at the same time when you're independent, you don't have such a big team behind you. A lot of times people won't give you that chance. They won't give you the opportunity to perform certain places or even just getting on like on different shows, even sometimes it's impossible. How are you able to like maneuver around that?
You know, you just have to put in that hard work. You have to pay your way. This is a payola business. It's unfortunate. I've saved lots and lots of money to be where I am today. I've spent at times on a music video $60,000. A lot of people don't got $60,000 to do it, but want to be on that certain level and that certain stature, you have to do it. Oh, my phone is dying.
Oh
You
no,
know,
I won't hold you much longer then. I was going to ask one more thing. Make sure before your phone dies, where can everyone follow you? I have your Instagram page, but is there anyone else? I see my stupid thing won't let me comment, so I'll put it up in the comments. But if you want to go ahead and say what the different places that people can follow you and keep up with you, that'd be great.
you can go to at Charisse Mills. That's my IG, CharisseMills.com, and on Twitter at Charisse Mills too.
Okay, great. Well, it's been such a pleasure having you. And just hearing everything that you've accomplished, I'm so proud of you as a Capricorn sister. You just keep doing it.
Really appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with me and supporting the movement. It means so much, especially, us women sticking together and really helping each other. That's what.
Anytime. It's my pleasure. Honestly, anytime. I like giving the opportunities to others. So anytime I can help or like make sure I'm putting out positive energy, especially about Black women and not the negative stuff, I'm down. Like that's my thing. I like supporting each other, Black, white, brown, all of us, but definitely
Yes.
have a special place for my sisters because
Thank you.
we've been having a bad rap. So
Oh, big shout out to my publicist Tara and my
okay.
manager, my manager Letitia. I really am thankful for everybody that's around that's putting in that hard work behind me and supporting. And thank you to Team Mills. Team Mills is heavy in the building. You guys are always there supporting. I got to give it to my fans and my followers. I love you all. And I hope to see you soon. Because, performing, I don't know what's going to happen with this world and the quarantine. I don't know if we got to do virtual stuff all the time or what. But
Oh
I
yeah,
really,
you did one. Do you have any plans to do any new ones coming up?
not yet.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Well, I won't hold you up anymore because I think your sound's going in and out now that it's dying. So thanks again for being my guest. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow. See, I got it down to 30 minutes. It helps that her phone was dying, but whatever. I got it down to 30 minutes. And sorry, I couldn't get the comments won't let me type anything in it. So I can't really, I did post already her Instagram. So just make sure you guys can see that. And next week, we're going to continuing with Black musicians to celebrate June being Black Music Appreciation Month. So make sure you tune in. I'm going to have King Harris on Monday. Tuesday, Dr. Roland is coming back. He's coming back at 7 o'clock instead of the regular time of 6 o'clock. So make sure you tune in at 7 o'clock for Dr. Roland. We're going to talk about COVID-19 because it's peaking again, guys. I think in North Carolina, at least, we might be looking to another stay order because it's getting out of control. And then on Wednesday, speaking of North Carolina, I will have hip hop artist D-Way from North Carolina on. And then Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. Now Thursday. Sorry. And then Thursday, I'm super excited. I will have singer R&B artist Sammy will be in the building with his beautiful vocals that he also can perform. And then Friday, because it's Juneteenth, which is the day of celebrating when slaves became free, I will be taking the day off and enjoying Black Women Lead, which is North Carolina politicians, women politicians are going to have an open forum at 6:30, and they're just going to discuss all the different issues and how we can move forward. And I'm very excited because I went last year in person, so I'm glad they're doing it virtually so I could just really keep up with what's going on with politics, how we can move forward, and make sure you guys, if you have a primary coming up, go out and vote. Your vote matters. This is how we can really create change, as far as how the different laws are, how we can make sure that we hire people who have our best interest in heart as well. So make sure you're paying attention, you're voting, and I will see you guys Monday. Have a great weekend. I'm signing out.